Hello and welcome to Algebra 1. My name is Mr. Shanklin and I will be your teacher for this year. I am so happy to have you guys in class. When you come into Algebra 1, you should always be directed to the announcement page. And this is the announcement page, and you can see that I have the announcements for each week. Now, obviously this is week number 1, September 5th through the 8th, and I have it set up in a calendar form and as a video. So in a calendar form, you can see on Monday we have Labor Day, on Tuesday you're supposed to email your teachers, on Wednesday practice assignment, and so on. And you'll see on Thursday we have maps testing at 11 o'clock, and Friday maps testing at 11 o'clock also. Now if you don't like to just read it, you can just go down here and I will talk you through what is expected for the week. So either one is perfectly fine to do. Now let's talk through a little bit about how this class is set up, since this is the Getting Started video. So let's go up to Getting Started, and this is where you're going to find the material for this week, what you have to do. Now the first thing is a Getting Started introduction video, and that is what you're watching right now. Once you have finished watching it, please mark or click on the marked review, and what happens is you'll see the assignments for this week. Okay, so Tuesday's assignments right here. So let's say it's Tuesday, you click on that, and you'll see what is expected on Tuesday. And it's just you're supposed to email your teacher. Now, if you don't like reading directions, I also have a video down here. You just click on it, kind of explains what you're supposed to do. And then you have a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday assignment. Now, you can do them all on Tuesday if you wanted to. You can do them all on Friday if you want to. It doesn't really matter. It's just this is the way that we have it set up. Okay, so that's the Getting Started. Now, the rest of the buttons, like the pace chart, if you click on the pace chart, this one, you should really print this off for each one of your classes because it kind of tells you what you should be doing each day. Or each week. This is week number 1, week number 2, week number 3. And you'll see that everything that's in red, those are the graded items that will go into the grade book for your semester grade. Week 1, there's no graded things on here. Week 2, there's 2. Week 3, there's 3, or 2, I'm sorry. But in order to get to the assessments in my class, you have to complete a practice, and I'll show you how to do that also. Okay, so let's go back to the course. That's the pace chart. Live e-sessions, that's where you go. My e-sessions are Mondays. For this class, it's Monday at 9 to 10. So you would just go here. The live e-session would be on here, so you just click on there, and it would go right to the e-session. Okay, and then we have the announcement page, which we already talked about. Course information will tell you grading policies, learning targets, and all that kind of stuff. When you have some time, you can go through those. Staff information basically tells you where your main lesson is, or what time your main lesson is, when is your help session, phone number in order to contact me, and a little bit about myself. Okay. Lesson button is where you're going to find all of the lesson material for each week. Now, we are big time into maps, so maps data. So we kind of review maps data every week. So when you click on any one of the weekly buttons, the only thing that it's going to show up is the week maps material. So this is a test. You must get an 80% on this test in order to get the lesson material for the week. And to go into if you go into the weekly practice, you're going to see there's no practices. If you go into the weekly assignments, you're going to see there's no assignments. And the reason is you must first score an 80% on your MAPS test to move on. So let's just try this one. Here, just click on this. It's just a multiple choice test, and I know what the answers are, so I'm just going to put them in real quick so we can continue on here because I have to get an 80% or better, and I hope oh no, I missed a couple problems up here. Okay, so I know what the answers are. And hopefully you guys go through this and you don't just copy my answers, but because it is important stuff to know. Then you hit save and submit, and it corrects it right away. And now, once I did that, oops, it shows me my correct answer, so I hit OK there. Okay, so now once I do that, I go back to my lessons, week number 2, and there's all the lesson material. Huh, awesome. So that is how you get the lesson material, and you'll see that there's videos, there's interactive learning, there's PowerPoints, there's lots and lots of material in here. And then if you go into week practice now, you'll see that because that was week number 2. Now the practice for number 2 is opened up. So once you pass the maps for week 2, the practice for that week also opens up. And now you must score an 80% on the practice, and I'll show you. Just click on the practice. It's multiple choice, and we're solving one-step equations, so you just answer all of these questions, and once you answer them correctly, or if you get an 80% or higher, then when you go into, I want to save that, when we go into the weekly assignment, the assignments for week number 2 will be opened up. So everything, it's called adaptive release, so you have to complete one thing to go on to the next, and that's where most students get messed up because they don't follow the directions. But you have to get an 80% on the maps to open up the practice, and you have to get an 80% on the practice to open up the assessments. Okay, that is how this course is set up. Then we have a discussion board. We have some maps material, ACT prep course. These are all extra buttons. Getting to know you. You will be doing this on, I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. It's just it's like a discussion board, but you can put pictures on here and everything. So I put a little bit about myself there. It's very easy to do. If you have a picture on your desktop, all you have to do is drag it in and then you can write on it. It's really easy to do, but it's a good way to get to know your classmates. So I hope everybody takes some time and you work through that. Now, if you need to know about your textbook, here's our textbook down here, and it has your VIN number and everything. And here's a short video that kind of explains how to use our textbooks, because there's a lot of cool stuff in here. There's student resources, there's videos and activities. You guys don't get this button, the teacher resources, you don't get that one, but there's so much stuff in this textbook. It's kind of cool. And then course how-tos, if you're kind of stuck on some things, these are videos that will help you. If you need to know how to insert your work, because you have to show work in math in order to get credit, just click on one of these. These are 6 different ways to insert your work. Most kids use this one, paper and pencil, and then they just take a picture of it and insert it. That is basically how this class is set up. If you have any questions, please never hesitate to email or call me. You guys have a great start to the year, and I hope I see you on Monday at the Live E session. Bye.